Okay, let's talk about energy exchange today. When do you know you haven't had a good energy exchange? Well, it's obvious. It's when you feel drained, when you come away from something and you feel tired. When you have illnesses that are fatigue related, it is really helpful to learn about yourself and learn about what nourishing energy exchanges look like for you. On a physical level, it will be looking at what foods nourish you best, because yes, hello, we are all individual when it comes to what foods are best for us. There's lots of blanket diets out there that say this is the diet for you and it's for everybody, but you know what, we are actually individual in this, and specifically when you have MS, CFS or long COVID, because you might be in a situation where you've got MCAS and you're reacting to lots of different foods. So on a physical level, what do you put into your body that actually energizes you? So it could be food, it could be restorative movement. What sort of movement brings you joy and you come away feeling uplifted? An example of this for me is dancing. I love dancing, and yoga, and walking down the beach, walking in nature. Okay, so on a psychological, emotional level, so that's like your mind. We've talked about body and given examples. Now we're talking about mind. What is nourishing for you in your mind? The thoughts that you foster. When you sit there and stress and it goes round in a loop, you're going to feel drained. If you're thinking about things that excite you, that you're passionate about, that you feel are purposeful, then that energizes you. An example of that is I often find, specifically too when I'm doing things like this in my work, that I come away feeling uplifted, not drained. So being mindful of what's going on in here and how it makes you feel afterwards is key. On a spiritual level, it looks like what brings you joy. You know, what is the things that your essence really relates to? And that takes, you need to know yourself for this. And some of us, and I know for myself particularly, before I got sick, I didn't really have a good sense of self. And I was just so busy in the hustle and bustle of life and always looking towards the future, not being in the present, that I really had no idea. I had a vague idea what I liked, but I hadn't really spent much time thinking about it. So discovering what brings you joy and doing it. Actually doing it, taking a step and doing it. Even if it's just a small step, which it may well be if you are severe or moderately unwell. Love. What do you love? Who do you love? Surround yourself with all these things. Even if it's as simple as, you know, having a photo of someone that you love by your bedside if you can't get out of bed. And all of this feeds into gratitude. And so, you know, when you're grateful, you tend to give out more. So you give your energy out when you're doing things that you love, and when you're surrounded with this love, then you are more generous with your spirit. And when you give out, you get back. You get back what you give out. And that feeds into vibrational energy. And so when you are in states of joy, love, gratitude, but importantly, you're being authentic, then your vibrational energy raises. And that means you are way more impactful for yourself and for the collective. Energy exchange. This also comes down to abundance and money. Now, I know there's so much free stuff out there in the MS, CFS, long COVID and related illnesses community. And there becomes an expectation that things will always be free. But you know what that does to the people that offer the free stuff and don't get anything back in return? And it doesn't have to be money necessarily, it can be love and gratitude and all that. But we all have to survive. Then people get burnt out. They get burnt out. They run out of money and they can't carry on contributing in that space. So being aware of an equal exchange, and that, you know, if you can't give money, you give in some other way, it's really important in life. Appreciation and recognizing something that you appreciate, and if you give out to it, you'll get more of it back. Energy exchange. There's a lot to it, and it is really worthwhile spending time examining where you're exchanging your energy.